Nice. Okay, here we go.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. I told you I was going to be back, didn't I? Told you I was going to be back. So I'm back. Y'all going to be tired of me today. I'm sorry. I'm going to be like, why is he everywhere I seem to be going? But that's what we do because we have a special event that's coming up, um, featured or presented by Women Offering Wealth. And if y'all don't know, that stands for WOW, Women Offering Wealth. And there's an event coming up July 8th from 12 to 4. Put it on your calendar. And as I was saying in the last interview, Dawn, it's in Loveville. It's in Loveville, Maryland. So come on down to Loveville. Get your
Yes.
love, get your love on, get some holistic. This is gonna be it's the holistic Oasis, and
Mhm.
it is a national healing event. So we want you to be able to come out because it's some folks that need to get some things released, and we were talking about that in the last interview because we want people to be healthy, not just healthy physically. We want people to be healthy mentally, emotionally, and all those things that have to do with you as a person. I
Yes.
promise. I promise you. I told y'all.
Yes.
I promise you. You will not come away from this event the same way that you come in. You can't. The people, the vendors that are going to be a part of this event, they are intentional about what they do. They are intentional about making our lives better from a holistic standpoint, from a physical standpoint, an emotional standpoint, a mental and health standpoint, because it is necessary. It's needed in this day and time. I know we're just coming out of the pandemic and it's still here. It ain't gone, y'all. It's still here. But there are a lot of people that really need healing. They need a place to be able to come and be able to talk to people, to be able to release some things from. And this is going to be a great place to be able to do it. So we're going to jump right into it. We have our second vendor that's going to be here, and going to have her introduce herself in a minute to be able to talk about who she is, what she does, her what she does, and then also being at the event, what the attendees can expect from her, and then being a part of this event because it's something that I think isn't done enough, and she'll probably talk a little bit more about this and the importance of it because this 2023, man, we halfway through it. It's been, I know it's been tough for some people. It's been, good, it's been bad, it's been ugly, and all those things in between. So how do you deal with it? How do you be able to deal with it? And before I kick it over to you, Don, we're halfway through this year, and I like to do what I think people need to do, what's called a checkup. A checkup and a check in. You're halfway through the year. So how is your first half of the year been for you? Are there some things that you need to look at? Are there some, well, you need to look at all of it, but are there some things that you need to fix, that you need to do, that you want to do, that you couldn't do, going into the second half of this year in order to be able to make it better, make you better by the end of the year? So that's one of the, I think, one of the purposes and one of the visions and missions of this holistic event, this holistic oasis, is you'll come away with some great ways to be better from a holistic standpoint. So I want to introduce you all to, and she and I were talking just before we came on. We've known each other. I didn't realize it had been that long. I was like, that's a long time that we've known each other for. I mean, I was like, it's been a minute. But it's great when you're able to connect with people that are doing some great and phenomenal things in the community, for the community, about the community, to make us better. So y'all know I'm always happy to be able to be connected with people such as Queen Dawn. That's what I'm gonna call her today. I'm gonna call her Queen Dawn. I like that. Who are just doing some great things, and I'm gonna let her introduce herself and talk a little bit about who she is, what she does, and then we'll just get into the conversation about the event and how she's gonna be able to make you better when you come out to the event. So, Queen Dawn, the mic is yours, ma'am. You're mute. You're mute.
My apologies. I was trying not to case my dog, my Yorkie barked. I didn't want him to upset the background. Peace, peace. Welcome. Thank you for your time, beloveds.
How you doing today?
I'm doing absolutely amazing. How are
Oh,
you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I can't complain at all. Like I was telling Nicole, I got out, got my walk in, got my vitamin D in, got that sunshine in.
Yes. Sun is medicine. The sun is medicine.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm good. Now even I'm like after the walk, I was just like, you know what? I feel good today. I feel have some really good energy and all of that. So I'm doing good. So that's good. Thanks for
Yes.
asking. So I want you to introduce yourself to the people, tell them a little bit about who you are, what you do, and then we'll talk a little bit about the event and then what they can expect coming on July 8th.
Okay. Well, I first started off as Dawn Spirit. Spirit was actually a name that was given to me, was a riding name when I used to ride motorcycles. And I sanctioned my business in the state of Massachusetts under Queen Dawn Spirit, LLC. And I started the business during the pandemic. But I've been spiritual all my life. I'm a Reiki master teacher. I'm a Karuna Usui Reiki master teacher. So I'm at the highest level that you can possibly go to in my lineage. When I first took the first class, I was hooked and I was like, I need to heal people. I can heal not only others, I can heal myself. I can heal situations. I can heal past, current, and future dates and situations and people, places, and things. Just speaking to me is sending healing vibrations. So I was like, I love making people happy. And I was like, this is me. I'm in rhythm of who I am. So I'm a Reiki master teacher. I'm a certified Reiki master teacher. I'm a past life regression therapist, which I guide people into the past. I hypnotize them and guide them in the past to see who they were in their previous lives and what their connections are currently here with the people on this earth now. I can guide people into the future. And this is not something I would tell you. I would guide you there. I'm also a certified future life progression therapist. I'm a spiritualist. I'm an AO energy healing technician. So I wear many hats. So, and I'm still constantly getting more certifications to be able to fit whatever lifestyle or things for people that are religious, people that are spiritual, people that aren't, but that need help. So you can check out my website, which is queendawnspirit.com. I love what I do. This is what I do full time. Okay. This is what I love doing. And I went through some trials and tribulations along my spiritual journey. And I decided to make my business full time during the pandemic. The pandemic may have been bad for others, but it was amazing for me because it really woke me up. I was already waking up, but it really made me really tap into who I really am and to be in harmony with whom I am, including helping others as well, regardless of what your sexual preferences, your race, color, or creed, or religious beliefs is. I am that one. I'm the one-stop shop that you need to get you to the next level. And I love doing it too.
And I love that, and I love your energy because I think that people don't really understand how infectious we can be with the energy that we bring into the spaces that we come into and that we go into, and how important that is, because and that energy can be either positive or negative, because how many times have we gone into, or somebody has come into a room or into a space that you are, and they just suck all the energy out of that particular room.
Yeah, no fun snatchers allowed here.
I know that's right. And so that's important. I want you to, if you can you explain a little bit about the titles that you have and what those actually mean? Because you talked about coming in at the entry level for, and I don't want to mispronounce it, what
Reiki.
you do. Can you explain those so that people can have an idea of what that means?
Yeah. So there's Reiki 1. There's where it introduces you to Reiki. I actually have 2 grandchildren, they're teenagers that are Reiki practitioners too.
Okay.
So use Reiki 1 with no symbols. Okay. It's an 8-hour class. I do it in one day. Then there's a Reiki 2 class where it comes with symbols. And then there's the master level where you become the Reiki master teacher. So it's a month between Reiki 1 and Reiki 2. And then you got to wait 6 months before you can take the master class. And then you got to wait another along with 10 Reiki sessions under your belt, along with and then when you want to get to the highest level where I'm at the Karuna level, you got to wait another 6 months. Okay. It's a way of opening your third eye. It's a way of healing for yourself as well as others. I have helped people get pregnant through Reiki. I've assisted them in walking better, healing, removing pain. I also do sound bowl healing in my Reiki sessions too. So I give more than average Reiki practitioner because my mission, I'm an empath too. So when I'm healing them, I can feel that they're healing as well. I love everything about Reiki. I've helped people get jobs with Reiki. I've put Reiki on people's homes. I've put Reiki on people's vehicles. If I say I'm sending you Reiki, I'm just me saying it. I don't even have to send you the energy. Just me saying it is help healing the situation because basically we're all part of the same consciousness. Okay. So that's my number one hat is being a Reiki master teacher, Karuna Usui Reiki master teacher. Okay. And then the past life regression, like I was telling you about that, guiding people into their past lives to see who they were in a previous life and to find out what their mission is here now on this earth and why you have the certain connection and relationships with certain people now, what happened on a previous life because there's karma, whether it's good, bad, or in between. Okay. And my first past life regression client was my granddaughter. And she was like 11 years old. She's a teenager now. And when I first did that session, we were blown away. I was able to help her in her teenage years now. And then, like I said, the future life, when I guide someone into the future to see if they should marry that person, if they should buy that car, if they should sell their house, and for them to see for themselves. And that's healing as well. So it's all about healing. And then I did a AO scan for Nicole, for one of the head people of your organization. I did an AO scan for her as well, which is off the Richter scale. I wish Nicole could be on this interview so she could explain and share her experience of getting the full scan AO scan. So what I'll be doing at the event is accepting appointments, scheduling appointments. It takes like at least an hour to an hour and a half to do the AO scan sound frequency healing that will heal from poverty to eczema, a headache, to a backache, eye problems, aligning your chakras. I mean, like the AO scan does so many it's sound frequency healing, basically.
Wow.
And go ahead.
No, and I like that because I don't think people. This is not something I think that people readily know about.
Right.
And have a true understanding of it. And I think that this event will give people the opportunity to be able to learn more about it. But then to be able to, and you talked a little bit about it, how they'll be able to experience it a little bit at the event. But my thing also is not just about that day, but it's also about the after.
Yes.
Because the after, and you said a word that I'm gonna stick with it throughout this, but you talked about healing. You talked about people and healing, and I want you to talk about how important that is, that people begin to heal, because there's so many people that are holding on to past, to past experiences, and even present experiences. And I said this,
curses too.
You're right. Exactly. And I was telling Nicole that the pandemic forced a lot of people to have to deal with themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And they found out that they didn't like what they were seeing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
how do you deal with the person that you're looking at is you and you don't like what you see? You
Right.
know, how do
Mm-hmm.
you deal with that? Or even you got a person now that you got to spend this, what was it, 2.5 years, at least 2.5 years with
Mm-hmm.
every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what? I really don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Mm-hmm.
how do you, or something that was even really probably deeper was people who were in these situations, experiences that they couldn't get out of, that they
Mm-hmm.
needed to get out of.
Mm-hmm.
How important is that healing process now that we're on the other side of that, for people to be able to deal with? And you may have some people that say, I don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
How do you really get them to really start with dealing with
Well,
the
what I
healing?
do is basically I tap into that theta wave state of mind.
Mhm.
So, which is your manifesting hour, which is the first hour you wake up and the last hour before you go to sleep, and while you're sleeping. You're when you first wake up, you're in that theta wave state of mind. So you're still kind of within that first hour, you're still in that foggy state of mind. And actually, that theta wave state of mind is the first 7 years of every child's life.
Mm.
So that's why the first 7 years of a child's life is very important. You have to be careful what a child experiences because it starts their footprint.
Mm.
Okay, so I start with them and working with that theta state of mind, telling them, working with affirmations, scripting, listening to mantras, it's another form of sound frequency, scripting things that they want to manifest that like it's already been manifested.
Mhm.
Okay, doing things at certain times of the day, doing the 369 method, the Nikola Tesla method, or doing the last hour before they go to sleep, scripting as well, and visualization, meditating. Meditating is so you don't have to meditate by putting your fingers together and humming or there's different forms of meditating. You can
Okay.
meditate by walking, grounded with
Mm.
Mother
Hmm.
Nature, barefoot. That's a form of meditation. Scripting is a form of meditation. So what I do is teach them how to tap into themselves and teach them how to become master manifestors, how to
Mm.
tap into what resonates with them, what they chose to come here for, to teach them how to release fear. Because fear is the number one thing that's constantly being jammed down our throats. Fear is jammed down our throats through technology, through TVs, through social media. A lot of people are like, I'm taking a break from social media because you're
Yep.
tapping into the wrong energies. It's who you connect with. What doesn't vibe with you, keep it moving. Don't get engulfed. There's so many distractions. We have 60 something thousand distractions being thrown at us. And we have to stop and say, no, I'm in control of this. I'm the one that controls this. And when you learn how to control that and learn how to become a master manifester, nothing else matters. So that's what I work on, people becoming the best that they can be, regardless of what anyone else says to them. Teaching them to tap in the feminine or the masculine divine energy within them.
And I love what you said. Well, the tapping in I think is important. But I like what you said about the beginning of the day and the end of the day.
It's the most
Um,
important.
yeah, and I never thought of, well, I guess I have thought about it in some terms, but really never honed in on that. How important that is, because how important you start your day off,
Yes.
and giving yourself, and I think a lot of people, because I know now one of the things that I do, that I'm purposeful in, is not turning the TV on.
Good. Because if you notice in the news, they have morning news, they
Yep.
have afternoon, they have lunch news, and they have late night news. They hitting you front, back, and side.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? So you're not distracted. You have to be careful with distraction.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because I remember my mother saying this, that we used to be in a time where the world would stop, where after 11 o'clock, the TV. I'm dating myself, but you would get the blank screen. The TV would go. TV would
Yes.
go off. Like
Yes.
boom, it was off.
Mhm.
But we're in a place and time now where it doesn't stop. It's
Mm-mm.
constant. And even if you get away from the TV, like you were talking about, we got these devices here that give us access. Duh, it's so, I mean, social media is crazy. There are
Mhm.
people on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. 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 And
I'm,
you well, you know what I do too? Another thing, a tip. Turn off all your notifications on your social media,
mm,
on
mm,
all your apps. And that's way you control it and you go on when you want to,
hmm
not because you
hmm
see a notification constantly showing up on your screen. You know,
Yeah.
it's the same thing with bills. We're just being taught to medicate ourselves and how to pay bills.
hmm
Where do you see what it's saying on TV? Let's teach you how to heal yourself.
Yeah.
Where do
Yeah.
you see that? You don't see that.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
So that's my mission. And I grew up spiritual. I went to Catholic school, um, and my mother raised me in Catholic school, and then eventually we moved to the DMV. And I've been spiritual all my life, but my mother hid spirituality behind the Catholic religion.
Mm.
Okay, but she taught me spirituality from her Native American grandmother.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
Cherokee grandmother. Okay, but I've been learning just what I love about spirituality. There's no ceiling to it, and there's no width to it. There's no size to spirituality. It's just so many directions that you can go into when it comes to spirituality. So every year I advance every year. Some things may be for some people, some things may not be. Along your healing journey, though, let me do warn you, along your healing journey, you are going to lose some people. Because some people don't want to see you heal.
Say it again for them. I think they need to hear that
To see
again.
you heal. They want to see that. They comfortable with that old you. Okay. They're like, oh, what you doing? Oh, you're crazy. What's wrong? Don't ever tell anyone anything like that ever again. Why not? This is who I am. Either you like it or lump it. I'm not changing for you because this is who I'm happy with whom I am. I'm not hurting anyone. I'm not disrespecting anyone. I'm living my best life. And when certain family and friends saw me evolving and elevating to different spiritual realms and me healing others, then they were like, oh, she wanted something. Like my oldest son, he used to think that I was crazy. Now he's tapping into the same thing I'm tapping into. He's 43 years old. My daughter, same thing. I took them to the church. I belong to a church of mediums and healers. The Institute of Spiritual Development. So there's some, and then I have some people, some family and friends that come to me secretly. Can I talk to you for a second? How you do such and such, or how you do this and that and the other. And I just laugh. And I tell them, I'll talk to them. I love teaching people how to heal, regardless what your belief is. Okay. But we have been taught to fear where we have tapped into now. So many of us are waking up. And like I said, they don't want us to wake up, because if we wake up, a lot of businesses are going to close that's been keeping us asleep in a coma.
Yeah, and that's definitely purposeful because
Mm-hmm.
it's big business, it's big
Mm-hmm.
money.
Yeah.
If people understand what healing looks like, there's no profit.
Mm-hmm.
And I say it like that in people being healed. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying?
No. Even my Reiki master is the one that told me about the AO scan,
Okay,
about the
okay.
sound frequency healing. And I have two Reiki masters that I work under, and one of them is a nurse practitioner. And the other one, she's a Reiki master. She does what I do full time, but they're in Massachusetts.
Mm.
And they even told me with the AO scan, a lot of medical practices are not going to be as thriving as much as they are now because of this sound frequency healing. They're trying to now make Reiki practitioners be licensed instead of certified, which would cost them thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just for energy healing. I spent a lot of money for all my certifications because I'm on this mission to help heal the earth and help heal people that want to be healed. Because healing is the most sexy thing you can ever do in your life.
I like that. I like that. You gonna see that. You gonna see that somewhere. It might be a T-shirt. Might be a hat. Healthy is the sexiest thing that you can do on earth. I love that. That is
Mhm.
great.
Yeah.
That is
I mean,
awesome.
and I've had, like I said, I've had some people in my family that weren't for it. Like my husband is a retired Boston firefighter. So when everything about me was totally trigonometry to him. So I had to share with him and I had to teach him about healing. Now he's telling everyone that I'm a healer because he's seen me do my work. But at first it was a struggle. He was actually one of my number one critics. Like, what are you doing? Why are you spending this much on these classes? I said, because I'm on a mission. I'm on a healing mission. And now he supports me 100%. And where I am actually able to work from home or travel to events if I choose to. I've traveled to events around. I've healed people all over the world, so overseas, here in the United States. And when you are doing something that you enjoy doing, the finances will come. The money comes because you're enjoying doing it. It's not like you're working. So it's your mission to tap into something that makes you happy and enjoy doing it while enjoy doing it while you're doing it. Don't see it as, am I going to fail? You're going to fail if you think you're going to fail. You got to remember, you got to tap into your inner goddess or your inner God and know that there's nothing that can hold you back but you.
And here's the thing too that I think that people you talked about fear of failure, that people have to, I think, understand is failure is a part of the process
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
getting to where it is that you want to get to, that you need to get to. So
Right.
we shouldn't fear it. We should
Mm-hmm.
actually embrace it, learn from it. What is it that was incorrect? Because I watched this on the History Channel. I watched this series that they have. It's called the food that built America, the titans that built America, the engineers
Mm-hmm.
that built America. It's about the companies that you see, these entrepreneurs that started these
Mm-hmm.
businesses, and part of what they have done, every single one of them has been is fail.
Mind control. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and understanding what that looks like and not being afraid of it, but being
Mm-hmm.
able to walk through it,
Right.
and to be able to understand it and know that it's something that, like you said, that the mindset aspect of it, it's like, okay, that happened, but it's not something that's going to deter me from
Mm-hmm.
being and doing and being, being where it is that I'm purposed to be, and
Mm-hmm.
walking through that. Now you said something that that I really liked, and I want you to talk a little bit about that, and then we'll talk about what you'll do. What you're going to be doing on the 8th, kind of what people can expect from you.
Okay.
You talked about the healing journey.
Mm-hmm.
If you can explain to people what that is, because people say healing journey. What is that? I'm supposed to, because a lot of people. Well, what you mean by healing journey? I'm supposed to be able to just heal myself and be able. I don't need nobody. I don't need to talk to nobody. What am I supposed? What a healing? I just go and do this and do that, and I'm done. Can you talk about what that means? What a healing journey is, and what that mindset takes to understand what that process is.
Yeah. So how can I say this? I was on a healing journey.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'll be 60 years old this month. Or well, July of
Stop
20,
playing.
60 years
Stop
old. Yep.
playing.
I'll be 60 years old and um I have 16 grandchildren and we're a blended family. My husband and I, we have 7 adult children. But I had to heal in order to attract my husband.
Mhm,
I was
mhm,
abused as a child and I was always the victim, right? Woe is me, this happened to me, that happened. We always tend to live in the past.
mhm,
We can't change in the past. It's your mission to focus on the here and now and the future so you don't keep that the past keep resurfacing, but in different people, in different places, in different things, right? Because as long as you keep living back there, you're going to keep seeing that here, right? So I had to no longer be a victim to the child abuse that I suffered from age 2 to 12. I was picking one toxic relationship after another.
mhm,
I've been married 3 times. I'm on my 3rd and last marriage. I picked abusive husbands. I picked abusive friendships. I picked abusive supervisors. I
mhm.
picked abusive, lower vibrational negative situations. And I had to say, wait a minute, stop. Am I the common denominator in this? Like I'm attracting this energy all the time? What is going on? Something has to change. And a time period I had to right when the real estate market bubble had burst. I and had gotten really bad. And I started doing EFT tapping. I had actually learned about EFT tapping from my church, and a Ho'oponopono, which is a Hawaiian Japanese technique too. So I started tapping more into my church and more to spirituality and learning how to heal. And when I finally began to heal is when my husband found me. But what's funny is when you're healing along the journey, there's going to be some people that are going to come to you and you're going to be like, who would you want? What do you want with me? You're weird. You're different from what I'm used to. And my husband chased me for 6 months. I ran from him. I couldn't. I believed he was too good to be true. And that's the thing of healing, that during you can your mindset, the old you can make you think that you don't deserve that. You deserve everything good that comes to you. You are enough. You are worthy. Okay. And I had to learn that. And it was hard. It was so hard because I had to learn how to heal myself by myself. And I had to find the people to connect, or not run for the people that were coming to me. Like one of my brand ambassadors, she came to me. She was like, Queen, you're powerful. This is when I first became a Reiki practitioner. You really need to do this full time. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't want it. I was scared. On my healing journey. Now, I love who I am. I love what I do. I wouldn't want to be anybody else. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but where I am here and now. So that healing journey, and I'm still healing. I'm always healing. I heal even after every session. Every morning when I wake up, I'm cleansing. And I'm clean. When I'm in the shower, I'm washing away all the lower vibrations, because I do spiritual counseling, but I'm also a psychic too. So I do psychic readings too. So I cleanse that energy, because they say energy attracts energy. Yeah. Me being an empath, so I'm constantly on a healing journey. But I'm not the same person I was last year. I'm not the same person I was last week. I'm not the same person I was yesterday. Okay. And it's not, and you're going to pick so many people are going to come along your healing journey that's going to really let you know that you're finally connecting with the correct tribe. Okay. Knowledge is golden. If someone tells you something and you don't believe it, look it up. Well, everything I tell people, I tell them to look it up. It's scientifically proven that we live on over 100 parallel universes. And when I say you're living on over 100 parallel universes, let's use it like money. So in one parallel universe, you're making $200 a month. One parallel universe, you're making $20 a month. Another parallel universe, you're making $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $1 million a month, $20 million a month. So your mission is to raise yourself up to higher parallel universes. But sometimes when you're at this $10,000 a month parallel universe, somebody from the $2,000 parallel universe may try to pull you back down to them so you can stay on that same frequency with them. So your mission should always be, when you wake up, I teach my clients in the morning to speak, thank you, universe. Thank you, God, whatever your spiritual belief is, for raising me up to higher parallel universes that resonates with me. Thank you for raising my family with me to higher parallel universes that resonates with me. Okay, so that's what I believe in the healing journey is all about.
Yeah, and I love that, because I think we have to the journey. I think that's part of the journey, but then also too, like you were saying, you're gonna find that you're gonna lose people. You know, and the thing is, like you said, you had to lose in order to gain. If you didn't lose the past and people and those things, you wouldn't have been able to gain your husband, and all of those things that have come along with that. And somebody said this some time ago or whatever, you can't, if our hands are closed, we can't receive anything.
No,
it's only when our hands are open to receive. So that means we got to let go of stuff. We're holding on to stuff. You think like you hold on to a rope. You can't, if you're holding on to something, you can't receive anything.
No.
I love that you talked about that, and people getting to that point where they do understand about being on the healing journey.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it is a ongoing process. It's an
Right.
ongoing thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this, and then I'll ask you about the event. Do you think that people ever complete their healing journey, or is that always an
Oh,
ongoing
it's
thing?
an ongoing journey all the time because we're always being distracted.
Mm.
You're always going to have to constantly heal. Don't think that you're going to heal today and then you never have to heal anymore, because there's always something new going on. There's always
You ain't lied about that.
different ways, honey. Just like the scammers. They always find creative ways to scam you.
That is so true. It's gonna be something else coming
Mm-hmm.
on. And I like what you said though too, that we should never be the same.
Mm-hmm.
Even daily, from day to day. We
Right.
should be changing every day, because I know Muhammad Ali said that if you're the same at 40 that you were, same person at 40 that you were at 20, you just wasted 20 years.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know.
I remember when I met you when I had just started my spiritual motorcycle clothing line. You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
oh,
Hmm.
I've learned so much since then.
Hmm.
I've learned. I'm constantly on a healing journey. I'm going to die a student. I'm always going to
Mm.
learn, because you got to keep up with times.
Yeah.
You can't be fearful. And the number one thing that, if you don't leave with anything else from this interview, the number one tip is to focus on the here and the now. If you focus on the current, stop focusing and worrying about the future. Stop worrying about what happened to you in the past. What was me? Because you can't change the past. But if you focus on the here and now, the future is always going to be phenomenal. It's always going
Mm.
to be amazing. It is your job, your mission to create a heavenly experience here and now.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Be present in the present. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? And
it's a present. The present
right.
is a present. It's a present, right?
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely it is. And I think if we can get to learn to get to those places, then I think there'll be a lot more healthier people.
Right.
There'll be a lot more people that are better off. And I said this last time, but my mission, my purpose, I always say, is to make people better by the
Mm-hmm.
end of the year than they were at the beginning of the year.
Yes.
But you do that by being, and I learned this from a book I read called The Slight Edge, just being 1% better
Mm-hmm.
each and every day. Just
And loving yourself.
right. Love it. Doing something each
Mm-hmm.
and every single day. Because
Have a
even
love
if you,
affair with yourself, honey. Have a love affair with yourself.
yep. Because if you
First
think
love
about it,
you. That's
just
right.
365 days. Think about that. Think
Mm-hmm.
about loving on yourself
Every
365
day.
days.
Every day. Do something to make you happy, something to make you feel good. As long as you ain't hurt nobody else. Something every day. Self-love is the number one love. People, I counsel clients so much, and the number one, majority of my clients, 95% of my clients' issues are romance. Their love
Mm,
relationships.
okay. Hmm.
And they
Hmm.
put more love into their partner than they do
Mm,
themselves. And I say, how can you expect them to love you if you don't love yourself first? You're creating this experience outside of you. Everything goes on from inside. The universe is inside you. So how you feel on the inside is what you're going to experience on the outside. And I want to tell you this story real quick. When I say that, I remember I went on a trip with a partner, actually with my ex-husband, and we went to downtown. We went to Ocho Rios, downtown Jamaica, and we were walking down the street. And me being an empath too, because people can distract you, like I told you.
mm,
We're walking down the street, we're shopping, we had them drop us off in the van, we're shopping, and all these people were coming at us and like trying to get us to buy stuff. And he was like, these people are crazy. And he had me panicking with him, right? And he was just like, and then we finally got back to the resort. He was like, those guys that came up, those guys are killers. Like, he was just saying all this negative stuff, right? So we came back and he's telling everyone how much fun we had on the trip. And I was like, you had fun? Because I didn't feel like you had fun, because you complained the whole trip. I went back the following year to the same exact location by myself and walked from my villa to downtown Ocho Rios. And people were so amazing and connecting with me. I had
Mm.
none. Shopped all day, went to the grocery store, went to the outside market, went to the casino, gambled, hit for a couple of $100 in the casino downtown. I was living my best life because my friends didn't want to go. They wanted to stay up in the villa. I went by myself. So what I'm saying, we create our own experiences. Don't be distracted by other people's fear and other people's denial and other people's doubts because of their healing too. They need healing. We all need healing.
I love that. I love that. But to just talk a little bit about because we'll be winding down. Talk a little bit about what people can, what the attendees can expect from Queen Dawn on July 8th at the Holistic Oasis. What can they expect to? Is it more of what they're hearing here? Are you going to be able to give them some tools and tips that they can use after the event to kind of move forward? What can they expect?
Well, I'm going to first direct them to my social media because I do a lot of free videos on YouTube, healing videos on YouTube. I do healing videos on TikTok. I do healing videos on Instagram and information. My daughter's like, Mom, you're giving away too much free information, but I want people to learn. But I do have a Patreon account I just started. Well, which is a monthly service. They'll get to get free healings on their monthly service through I have different tiers. But for this event, I'm so excited. So I'm going to have one of my Reiki students, if not at least one or two Reiki students that's going to be at the event, helping me heal the people there. So what we're going to do is have everyone in a circle, bring your yoga mats. I'm going to grid the outside area of the group with selenite and crystals for healing, because I use crystals when I heal too. And then I'm going to draw my symbols, all my symbols on my hands, because I have like 15 symbols. So I'm going to draw them all on my hand. And I'm just going to go around and just engrave everyone with my symbols all the way around. And then I'm going to be chanting Om, and I'm going to play a mantra while they're healing, telling them to breathe in, breathe out. And then I'm going to hit the sound bowls, and I'm going to go around the whole group, hitting the sound bowls, sending them healing vibrations and sending them Reiki. For my Reiki is going to go wherever it needs to heal, wherever. And my students is going to do the same. And we're just going to walk around and make sure everyone is healed with the symbols that I'm pushing out to them, and seeing them heal and seeing them raising up to higher parallel universes. This is my mission, is to help you to raise up to higher parallel universes that resonates with you. You're going to have the best sleep of your life that night after my healing is done. After this event, you're going to be on fire, because I'm going to heal you with holy fire.
I love it. So as y'all can see, the energy that Queen Dawn is about, but Nicole, who's earlier, this is the energy that's going to be there that day. And we, like I keep saying this, that the energy, we want it to go beyond that day.
Yes.
And we would definitely want you to come away, like you said, having the best sleep of your life, you know, that night, because of the energy that you're going to be getting, but then how to be able to keep that going.
Yes. I'm going to also suggest that everyone, I'll probably bring some index cards with me. I just happened to find them as I was packing for the event. I'm also going to have a table there too. So I can take appointments for people that want to do the AO scan or schedule future Reiki sessions or past life sessions. But I'm going to have everyone write on an index card what they want to heal and place it on their yoga mat beneath them. And they're going to sit on that. Chakras, because you know the first chakra is the number one chakra is your root chakra. And also be careful who you share your root chakra with too, so because it will knock all your chakras out of balance. That's what I want to do. I'm going to have everyone write what they want to heal on an index card, and they're going to sit on that, and I'm going to send in Reiki healing energy to that as well.
I love that. I love that. I love that. So this is what y'all gonna get. So if you can't feel this energy coming through right now, I mean, and this is the before. I tell you that this is the before, the during, which is going to be the event, but then there's the after. What do you get? The before, the during, the after. That's what we want to give you. Come ready to receive. Come prepared to be able to say, you know what? Yes, I'm going to get what this experience is going to give me. Like I
Okay.
told you, you can't come to an event like this and be the same after
Life will never
as
be
you
the
were
same.
before.
Nope, you're right. Your life will never be the same after this day. Because it's not just me there's gonna be so many other phenomenal, amazing people there. It's gonna be
Yeah.
an amazing connection. It's gonna be a time to network and connect with your tribe, to know what resonates with you, to leave outside of you what no longer resonates with you, to connect with what resonates with you. That old you is going to die as soon as your feet hit that ground at that location. Your life will never be, I promise you, your life will never be the same. I'm already sending Reiki to the event and to the day.
And that's what it is. Can you imagine the energy that's going to be there that day
Yes,
with
yes, yes.
this, y'all? I told you. I mean, and Queen Donna said it. It's about healing.
Mm-hmm.
You're the folks that know you, and after this day, they're gonna be like something different about you.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? And then you can be like, yeah, I went to this event in Loveville. I went to tell you
Yes,
what the
in
love
Loveville, huh?
tell you what the love is. I saw
Yes,
that name. I was there. I saw that name. I was like, oh wow.
yes. You know, tell me that ain't the universe. Come on now. Tell me that ain't spirit guys tapping into to what we need in our lives. We need this because so many people are waking up. But you got to make sure that you're connecting with the right people, because there's also a lot of fake people out here too that will claim they'll do certain things for you and they won't give you what you need. They'll take advantage of you, and that's one thing I don't play with. You know, my mission is to help. And after my sessions, I'd like to talk to my clients to find out how they're feeling, what they need to tap into, to connect with me, to text me, shoot me a text if they have a quick question or if they want to connect. Because it's all about, just once you connect with me, you don't have to let go. You know, you pick me to be part of your journey too, and with other practitioners and healers that are going to be there as well. There's going to be some pretty amazing people there too.
Absolutely. Now, before we go down, I want you to give how can people connect with you even before they get to the event, and then
Mm-hmm.
how they'll be able to connect with you after the event, because you mentioned your YouTube channel and everything like that. How can they connect with you beforehand?
So you can find me on TikTok, YouTube, IG, Facebook as Queen Dawn Spirit is right here on the screen. Queen, if you put Queen Dawn Spirit, Google me. I'm the only Queen Dawn Spirit. Google me. It'll show you all my social media. And my website, excuse me, is Queen Dawn, DAWN Spirit, SPIRIT.com. If you want to email me, you can email me as dawnspiritek@gmail.com. So you can reach me. There's no way that you can't reach me.
like Deion Sanders said, I'm not hard to find.
Google me.
I'm not hard to find. So I
Yeah.
love it. And if for those that y'all, I hope you can feel the energy
Yes.
that this queen right here is putting out there, because this is the kind of energy that you need to be surrounding yourself
Yes.
with. I
Yes.
can't
Yes.
tell you how important it is. I call it my circle of impact,
Yes.
because it's people that I want to be surrounded by, that one, pour into me, but then
Mm-hmm.
two, that I pour into as well. I call it the picture in the glass theory. You should
Yes.
have people, you go to a restaurant and
Mm-hmm.
there are table settings, but there's a glass at each,
Mm-hmm.
and they bring out this pitcher of water, they bring out tea, whatever it is, and they pour in, the pitcher pours into the glass.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes with the glass, and we get poured into. Sometimes with a pitcher, and we pour into other
Mm-hmm.
people. On
Yeah.
July 8th, come be the glass, get
Yeah.
poured into, and then
Yeah.
you can go be the pitcher to pour into other people.
Yes.
That said, hey, I couldn't make it, but what happened? Well, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you want to be there because this is one of the bits that you don't want somebody telling you about. But
Right.
if they happen not to be there, you can then be the pitcher and pour into them with what you've learned, the things that you're now doing, because they'll see a difference in you and how
Yes.
you've changed, and how you've become better. Be like,
Yes.
well, they heal.
Mm-hmm.
I want some of that healing. I want some of that
Yes.
healing too.
Yes. 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 That's what it's all about. That's what
you
it's all.
know. So come on July 8th.
Yeah.
The Holistic Oasis, a natural healing event. It's going to be at 24590 Pitt Way. And it's in, like I said, y'all gonna say this, put it in chat, Loveville. If somebody asks you where you going on July 8th,
Oh,
I'm going to
yeah.
Loveville.
Yes, yes,
I'm
yes.
going to Loveville. I love that name. I'm not gonna forget that name. I'm gonna have that. but come meet us in Loveville. Come get the energy. Come get the healing, and begin that
Yeah.
healing journey that
Hmm.
Queen Dawn is talking about.
I
Even
can't
if it's
wait.
that day,
I can't
that you.
wait.
So it's gonna be a great day that you can have. And I'm gonna end by saying this, Queen. Um, Healthy is the most sexiest thing that you can be. Somebody said that. Somebody said that.
It's the sexiest thing you can do.
Oh, do. Oh, it's do. Oh, okay. I thought it was do. It's Biddy. Okay.
Healing is the sexiest thing you can do.
I love that. Sexiest
Yeah.
thing that you can do. So we want to be healthy, y'all, because healthy is sexy.
Hmm.
Healthy is sexy. So,
Healthy is sexy too.
Queen, any last words that you want to leave with us, Queen, before we close out?
Well, before we close out, I want to send Reiki healing love to everyone that sees this interview, to your home, to your family, to your coworkers, to your workplace, to your vehicle, and any and everything you need and do. May everything you want and need, may it come to you with total ease, with no harm to none. Sending you Reiki healing for your health, to Reiki healing to your bank accounts, sending Reiki healing to your food, products that you bring into your home, sending, just feeling Reiki from for your childhood dramas and triggers, anything that's low, any lower vibrations, sending Reiki healing to any dates that you're nervous about or any situations. Sending Reiki healing love to you all. Namaste, Ashe.
I love it. Y'all come on out. Meet meet Queen Dawn at the event. Come get some of this. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all. Come get
Come
some of
get it.
I
Yeah,
love it. I love it. Thank you so much for coming
you're
in and
welcome.
sharing
Thank you
with
for
us
the
and for being.
opportunity,
Yeah,
Doctor.
we appreciate you, all that you're doing to help us to be able to heal. That's a powerful thing.
Yes.
That's a powerful thing when you say, hey, my mission, my purpose is to make sure that people are healed and
Mm-hmm.
healing and
Mm-hmm.
helping them with that healing journey.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nicole, I don't know if you're still there. If you have it, and if you don't have any words, you can come on and kind of give people our fearless leader of WOW. I don't know if you have any closing remarks that you want to make on here before we close out and in this session, and then we will be back with I don't know how many more interviews that we have, just to give you an expectation. We're setting the expectation for
Mm-hmm.
July the 8th,
As
y'all,
a
because
retreat.
it's gonna be a power packed day, y'all. So
Ashe.
that's all I'm gonna say. All I'm gonna say. So it's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. We want to thank y'all for joining us again today, and we'll talk to y'all soon. You there, Nicole?
Peace out.
I know. She
Yes,
might be.
I'm here, Leroy. Thank you so much. And please register for this event. I think that Don is gone, but please come out and register for this event. Oh, Don is still there. Thank you so much, Don.
Now, where can people
Okay.
register, Nicole? How should they
Yes.
register?
So they can go on Eventbrite. It's holistic_oasis.eventbrite.com. And please come out. I mean, we put time, effort,
Yes.
blood, sweat, and tears into making this experience wonderful for everybody to enjoy and get something from it. And like I said, even Don mentioned it, there's powerful, powerful experts in this field that's literally coming out to educate, to connect, and teach. And you don't want to miss this. Like Leroy said, you don't want to miss this event. If there's any other events that we do, don't miss this one because you're going to come away rejuvenated and healed. So thank
I
you
love
too
that.
for doing this.
I love that. You can't miss out when you're coming away being rejuvenated and healed. That's a winning combination right there. So So we thank everybody. Nicole, you can, I guess you can close us out, but we want to thank everybody for
Yeah.
joining us. We'll talk to y'all soon.